What was the record? What I mean? How you doing? Hello. A duplicate without a what? Probably an exit. I sent you the other one that had all the dates on it. The other one might have been an error. All right. Okay. Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. Today is January 13th, 2026. Happy New Year. We're calling to the Little Haiti Revitalization Trust Board meeting. We're calling that to order. It is 6:13 p.m.
Leslie and England Dorland.
Present.
Ashley Toussaint.
Present.
Alyssa Sapane. Robert Holland.
Present.
Rudy Meme is absent. We are calling to proceed.
Any person who acts as a lobbyist pursuant to City of Miami Ordinance Number 11469, codified in Chapter 2, Article 6 of the City Code, must register with the City Clerk prior to engaging in lobbying activities before city staff, boards, committees, and the City Commission. A copy of said ordinance is available in the office of the City Clerk, City Hall. The material for each item on the agenda is available online on the city's website. Any person may be Any person may be heard by the board through the chair for not more than 2 minutes on any proposition before the board unless modified by the chair. If the proposition is being continued or rescheduled, the opportunity to be heard may be at such later date before the board takes action on such proposition. The chair will advise the public when the public may have the opportunity to address the board during the public comment period or at any other designated time.
Okay, we'll go ahead and open it up to roll call. Everybody will be provided 2 minutes. If you can set up public comment, public roll call, sorry. It's been a week, and it's only Tuesday. Public comment, everyone will have 2 minutes. If you'll just approach the podium, provide your name and your address. Thank you.
I'll be brief. Good evening. Carl Bay, 5150 Northwest 2nd Avenue. And I'm really here tonight to invite the members of the trust and the community overall because there are 15 slots available for young people, 18 and above, who may be interested in a marine, maritime, and boat building program. I'm happy to report we just moved into the D.A. Dorsey Technical College on Friday. It's going to take us a minute to get it cleaned out and get the operation actually up and running. But right now we're recruiting, advertising for, and hopefully promoting for another 15 slots. So right now there's only 15 available. I would like to extend that invitation to this board and to all of its members, anyone within earshot. It is a 3-year program that's been approved by the Florida Board of Education and Miami-Dade County Public Schools. So we'll be doing boat building and teaching people all about the marine, maritime, and boat building industry. Those jobs come with, the enrollment comes with an apprenticeship. The apprenticeship is a paid apprenticeship, and the details of all of that have now been worked out, and we are ready to begin as soon as we can find fill the slots for the first 15, and then we have to secure 6 more jobs in order to get a second instructor to do another 15. So you'll spend a week in class, a week in shop, a week in class, kind of a traditional vocational training program. So again, if anyone knows anyone who's 18 and above that would be interested in having a career path, now these are not jobs that pay, these are not burger jobs. These jobs start at $75,000. So think about that. If you know anybody at all, you can contact me through the board. And most people here know how to find me. And those slots are available. Any questions? If you decide that you want to re-enter the workforce and change career paths, for example, you're welcome to apply. 18 and above. All right, thank you very much. Oh, the last comment is that at some point during the evening, I'm hoping that someone can revisit last month's board agenda. I was unable to attend, but I understand there was some discussion about economic development here in the area, and of course, the home ownership opportunity, which I think is phenomenal. Really, good job. So I'd like to, if someone could perhaps the board members could reassess or revisit the economic development opportunity for the area, for the small businesses that are in the area, I'd like to hear more about that, but thank you. Yes, like I said, you can reach through, anyone member of the board here knows how to find me, but again, it's Call Bay. If you need the number, I'll gladly announce it now so it can be in the minutes. Yeah, great, Call Bay, Heritage Yacht Academy, and we're working at the D.A. Dorsey Technical College. I can be reached at 305-225-5633, and any support that we can get from this board to move our agenda forward. We've been fighting since 2016, to get a space at Bayfront Park. It has been an uphill battle, let me tell you. So we're looking for any support, letters of support, things of that nature from this board. In fact, that's a formal request to get a letter of support supporting what we're doing. And again, I want to reserve certain spots for members that come out of this community. Okay? Thank you.
You can definitely provide Joanne with the information, but any formal request will have to be sent through the executive director. Okay?
Evening Board, CEO, community, Sean Wilt, Magic City Innovation District. I just want to make a quick announcement in partnership of what we're doing to try and place members from the local community in upcoming construction jobs that we're going to have and all throughout Miami. We are working with Goodwill South Florida, who has opened enrollment for numerous construction jobs training. They have core construction basics, HVAC training, electrical training, carpentry, drones, blueprint reading, and estimating. All provide nationally recognized certifications. There's a few flyers I placed up on the desk. This one as well. They have next Wednesday on the 21st. They actually have a seminar going over what each of these courses will provide, what they entail. Again, all of these are free training programs, free certifications that Goodwill is providing. So please spread the word. I know the trust is going to place this on their flyers and their website as well to get the information out, and I'm going to try and get them to the next meeting to talk more about the opportunities they have.
Through the chair. Quick question, Sean, are those the jobs that are like slated to be developed throughout the Magic City Innovation District, or those just jobs at large?
This is Goodwill's training program that they have related to construction jobs. We're trying to partner with them, the same as, with the scholarship programs and everything the trust is doing to prepare the community to be ready for those jobs when they come online. Part is ours. Obviously, they don't have to work here. They can get any job once they're certified. A lot of them are entry-level, certifications that allow them to go out and get work. Obviously, the sooner that happens, the more qualified they are, to meet our qualifications and all of our contractors. We're hoping to break ground, call it June, July of this year on the first parcel. And so, obviously, there's concrete work first, and then we roll in. There's a schedule. We'll be updating that either this quarter or next quarter as we get closer to better understanding that start date, so we can really look at when those jobs will start and start having our contractors try and start the hiring process and job fairs and all things of that nature.
I have a question for you, Sean, while you're up there. It's a very important topic you're on. So it sounds like you've already built out your construction team, though. So have you've already taken in all of your trade groups?
No, none of our trades are contracted. Our GC is not even contracted yet. So until we get the equity, we're raising the final equity right now. We've got debt lined up, and once we finish that, we'll basically do the final bidding, buyouts, and all that for our GC. And that GC contract will then bid out, and finalize, or not finalize, will then bid out the sub process. So as a part of, once we contract the GC, we will then have a job fair that will allow subcontractors, local subcontractors and that nature to apply, whether from the community or throughout Miami. And then there will be additional hiring processes that we will be requiring them to meet the requirements that are in our development agreement. So short answer is no, we're not. And there will be many opportunities. And again, as we start, it's mainly there's going to be several months of piles and foundation work before we even start pouring concrete, before we get into any of the skilled trades is, more than a year away from now. So,
Would you be opposed if we co-hosted the subcontractor fair with you
absolutely.
to bring in some subcontractors that you guys can, they obviously have to come in with their portfolio of what they do and their bonding capacity and all the other stuff.
Absolutely.
Because in my experience, oftentimes, you have this pool of contractors that are out there, but nobody ever reaches out to them because most general contractors kind of float around with their own team of subs. If a coastal is here on this project, those subs will follow them to the next project. So it's kind of hard for minority contractors to kind of break into that pool and be accepted for work. And so unless an owner says, we're trying to meet this particular goal of inclusion, it doesn't happen. And then oftentimes people say, well, we don't know any of them because these are normally the ones I always use. So if we can pull those folk all within a room and you get a chance to meet them, whether you have a GC or not right now, but you get a chance to meet them and have their dossiers with you to say, I know who does drywall now, I know who does masonry or block work, I know who does plumbing, electrical, all the various trades. Because the goodwill is more on the labor side. That's more on the labor. That's the low-hanging fruit. But you have some skilled workers out there who are with firms doing stuff, and I just think we need to sometimes marry them up so people know that they're there. And when you know that they're there and you had a chance to meet with them, you say, like, there's a gentleman I brought in on a project in, Liberty Square. Jeff Lazama. They didn't know him from anybody. They've been using somebody else all along. But when Jeff got in, they recognized his prices were great, his crew was great, and he's been on every phase of that project since then. But sometimes that introduction is what helps, and I would love to help us pull that together with you.
That job fair that I'm referring to, once we bring on the GC and before the subs are, signed, the contract and awarded, that will be coordinated through the trust, through the church, the radio, like all those advertisements and everything, so that as much community involvement that, anyone here can help with,
Okay.
that would be great.
Thank you. Then.
I had a follow-up question. So you're partnering with Goodwill. So there's a QR code?
This QR code is to basically give them your information and sign up for I'm interested in one of these construction careers, and then they'll email you. Again, there's numerous programs in each of those disciplines that I talked about. The core construction basics is like a 40-hour course. The HVAC is a 200-hour course, right? So it's over 5, 6, 7 weeks, the way they schedule it. So, and again, I don't want to take credit and say that we're partnering with them, but we are supporting and advertising and trying to make sure that we can help place people from this community, help them get into these programs so that they're prepared, that we can actually hire from the local community.
So that makes a little bit more sense, because how are we going to know the people from our community have applied for these jobs or these trades or these things? So having a specific QR code that says people from the Little Haiti community have now applied or went or have requested information from Goodwill regarding these trade programs. Like, how do we get that information back to say we've impacted 5%, 10% of what Robert was saying much more eloquently than I was. But how do we get that information to kind of close the loop to say, 5% of the jobs for this project came from the area where the residents live? How do we circle back on that?
I have a meeting with them tomorrow to actually discuss. That's one of my key points, so that we can actually, they can grow the database of who's going through their programs, from these areas. I'm going to give them the zip codes, and all that, so that we can then even contact them, whether they're working somewhere else, and hopefully they do these programs and they get a job and they're working somewhere else in Miami. But when we're hiring here and doing things, that we can actually reach out and try and pull the local community to work in the community.
Just from a data collection standpoint, so that way, because if we're going to be advertising, partnering, we want our residents, we want our community to have these trades, so that when the jobs become available, they get preference in some type, some fashion, some sort of way, but we also need to know whether it's by zip code data, address data. We just need data to show that it was this money, a percentage of people that were hired for the Magic City project. So.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Simon Perry, and right now I'm currently doing a research project on Little Haiti, and I'm here to really understand the ins and outs of the culture, what the neighborhood means to everyone, and how this trust is helping everything in the neighborhood. And I want to understand from a standpoint of the people who really are feeling it and understand what everything is like. So if you'd be comfortable speaking with me about your experiences, what the culture means to you, what the neighborhood means to you, what you think the neighborhood means to the city of Miami and the development of the city of Miami, I'd love to do so. So please find me after the meeting if you're comfortable. Thank you, everyone.
Any other public comment? Okay. We'll move to any orders of the day.
I would like to add to the presentations. We have Mandy Bartow of South Florida Community Land Trust, who's here to provide us with an update. So I wanted to add that as an additional presentation to the agenda.
Motion. So move.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. I'll go ahead and let Mandy kick us off. Thank you.
I'm Mandy Bartle, the CEO of South Florida Community Land Trust. We are a local nonprofit that's been working in the community for over 20 years. We do both home ownership and rental housing, and then protect the land to make sure we keep it affordable forever. So first off, I do want to thank the board for your commitment to providing affordable home ownership to the community and your commitment to this project called Prosper but Sure in particular. I'm going to leave a copy up with the CEO so you have a little bit of the brochure of what's coming. There's going to be 13 townhouses just around the corner on Northeast Miami Place. They're all going to be priced starting in the high 200s to mid $300,000 range with additional purchase assistance available from the city to make them even more affordable. We're targeting households earning around 80% of the median income, and there'll be 2 units set aside for those middle income folks earning 120% of the median. I do want to thank the board for their patience. It's been a long time coming. We came to you guys as the last dollars in. You guys were very gracious in supporting the project to make sure we could keep the prices low for the families. Even though costs are going up, we're committing to the same price points and sales price points. We are still waiting. We were hoping to close this time last year. We're in the final stages, we hope, with the county on the second round of underwriting, and we finally received a draft contract, so we're hoping to be able to close in the near future and be able to celebrate with you guys with a groundbreaking. After that, it's our goal really to start marketing these homes to the community itself, doing homebuyer trainings both at the Haitian American CDC and hopefully here in other parts of the community as well, to give this opportunity first to those that live and work in this neighborhood. So again, I do want to just in advance thank the board for their patience. I'm anxious to see this project coming on the ground. I know you guys are, and I know the people waiting on homes are as well. So we've got funds from you guys, the city, the county, and we're hoping to tie everything up in a closing here in the next month or two. And I'll make sure to give your CEO an update once we have a firm date for the closing and the groundbreaking. Sure.
Yes.
It's similar. It's under a community land trust model, which is a shared equity program. So there are resale restrictions when you go to resell the homes, and we do a training to teach our home buyers that basically they've got to pay the opportunity forward. They're not buying it at market prices, which are now over $500,000 for a new home. And so they can't sell it at market rate prices, but they can start to build some equity in their home We found that sometimes when we sell the homes, they're even cheaper than folks are paying in rent, and certainly way cheaper than if they were to buy a market rate home. And so they've got monthly savings as well as some market appreciation, and then everything that they're starting to pay down in their mortgage.
Ahead, what is the amount of the equity markup upon exit, and what's the time frame?
So they can sell at any time. There's no restriction on when they sell, but they get 10% of the market appreciation, plus obviously everything they've paid down in equity for their mortgage. Okay, well, I will leave. I know it's only one copy. I apologize. I did not bring enough for the entire community, but there is a copy of it. I'll leave at the front desk in case anyone wants a preview. And as soon as we break ground, we're going to be starting the home buyer counseling and starting to collect, a list of interested folks so that you guys are updated if you are interested in buying a home. Sure. The best number for our office is 954-769-1731. And Tanya is our housing and economic mobility manager. She'll be the point person doing some of the intake. Oh,
Here's the number,
954-769-1731. I'll also give you an email address so it's on the record. It's Tanya, Tanya, at South Florida, all spelled out, CLT, which stands for communitylandtrust.org. These homes, we're hoping to break ground the beginning of this year, and then it will take a year to build, so they will not be ready for sale until 2027. But that hopefully will give us some time to work with home buyers that are working through the process to get income qualified, to have some savings, and be ready to buy. Thank you all.
Thank you. Move forward. Is it the small business grant presentation?
We have one small business grant presentation for Shirley Bebe Restaurant, who's being awarded a $20,000 commercial facade improvement grant. So we have the new owner of the restaurant who's here, and if the board can join us in front for a photo, and we'll be doing a check presentation.
So I think the next presentation is the College Trade School Scholarship presentation. Okay.
So we recently launched the scholarship program, and tonight we have 3 awardees, so our first ones. First, I'm going to call up Rolange Moise.
Oh my God, Happy New Year! Look at our trust go.
So we have a check presentation for her too. If you guys might as well stay up because we have a few people. Next, we have Erland Desenor. She's not here. She actually attends the University of Arkansas, but she is a Little Haiti resident. She was part of the Little Haiti Football Club, and so she has two of her uncles who are here to do the check presentation with her. So please join us. And lastly, we have Rochelle. She's actually on her way from work, so if we can put a pause, and then when she attends, we'll go ahead and do the last presentation. Next, we have the Hospitality Employees Advancement and Training Center. I had mentioned the program last week during our CEO report, and they have a representative here who's going to go through a presentation. If you can turn behind you, the presentation is on screen. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. Nice to meet you. My name is Mei Ling. I'm the Community Outreach Coordinator with HEAT, Hospitality Employees Advancement Training Center. Nice to meet you. So HEAT is a training center. We're located in Overtown at the Overtown Performing Arts Center. For those who are Miami veterans, pretty much by Gibson Park, across the street from House of Wings. You should check them out. We are actually partnered with Unite Here, which is the union for hospitality workers. For those who are don't know what a union is, it pretty much is focused when employees are being mistreated, underfunded, underserved, that they band together to fight against the employer to demand better circumstances. So Unite Here is actually the union for hospitality workers nationwide, but Local 355 is for South Florida. So Local 355 wants to make sure that we have people, training and using the training center to train them up in hospitality industry in general. We have a few programs, and we'll get to that soon, but we actually have an 80% placement rate. 80%. It's pretty dope. It's awesome because we have our union members, we have different partners, different hotels, resorts, stadiums, casinos, stuff like that, that we already have connections that already have been unionized in South Florida, and we have connections with them, so we know what they want. We know what their HR are looking for in a candidate. So we do mock interviews. We help them with resume building. We help them with job placement, all those things. Towards the end of the training, that's where we focus on. Why do you choose HEAT, right? We're industry recognized training, so all of our partners know who we are. When our members have their certification of completion, they know exactly what type of education they've gotten and know that they're amazing students. Direct connection to the top employers. Places like the Regis, Fountain Blue, the Diplomat, the Hyatt are all different partners. Career support, like I said, the job placement, walking them through the applications. I sit next to them and make sure that they fill them out. Help them with the cover letter, thank you letter, trust, like we got them. And we're community focused. So actually, with canvassing in Little Haiti, so I'm boots on the ground organizer. I come from organizing. So I definitely feel like in order to find the people of the community, you have to be boots on the ground. I knock on doors throughout this community. Actually, I believe three of my new students starting are actually from the neighborhood across the street because I showed up at their front door. So, that's how I find my people, and that's why we're community focused, because we're not just, putting an ad on and just hoping people come. But, I find them in the community, and it's a little bit more special, right? I do have this presentation, but I have 3 minutes, so we're gonna. sorry. I guess I get sick. No, sir. Ah, so I think yeah. Which one I listen to? Oh, don't tell me that. So, my name is Maylin. Okay, here we go. All right, so how we're funded is important. Like I told you, Local 355. The reason why the union believes in this training center is because we believe that employers who are educated, strong, talented, right? You don't want to lose them. If they strike, want to leave, you don't want to lose them because they're professionally trained, right? Not only that, we've even had a member who was working in the hotel doing breakfast for a very long time. And she took our global cuisine class, and now she does dinner and a better pay, better benefits, all those things. So it's here to upscale yourself so you can move within the industry and not get stagnant and stuck, which happens to the best of us, right? So Unite here represent workers from airports, hotels, casinos, like I said, and approximately over 300,000 hotel food services and gaming in the workplace. In South Florida, we have an average, I believe, like 18 to 23 union partners that we can place people in once they're done with the training. We are also funded by the CRA, specifically the one in Overtown. So not only does union workers utilize this training center and they always can, but people in the community within District 5 can also. We will take people from Broward because we do have the Omni Hotel, which we just unionized. Woo! And so we do have a place to put them in Broward as well. So yes, the CRA we wants to focus in redevelopment and putting money back into the community. So our anyone can take this class for free. We don't really use the word free. We kind of use the word no cost to you, right? Because somebody has to pay for it. But that's why we're able to go out in the community and find job seekers who want to start their hospitality careers. So, like I said, we have the Diplomat, Fountain Blue, St. Regis, Hyatt, Gulfstream. I could, take a screenshot. These are all the places that we have resource like connections to. The best thing about our training is that we've had conversations and we know what type of restaurants are in these facilities. So 1 week they'll focus on banquet. 1 week they'll focus on stadium food. 1 week they'll focus on Mediterranean, pasta, Italian, because we know which restaurants are within these facilities so that they can be placed anywhere in these facilities. Like I'm breathing all in the mic. So these are our programs. One of them is our ESL program. It lasts 8 weeks for people who do not speak English as their first language. It's super amazing. Our instructor, Natalia, is super, she's down to earth. She really has the patience and the love and care and passion for teaching people how to speak English, and she can talk to anybody. Spanish speakers, Creole speakers, like it all. She's just really good at teaching English in a way that can help. And a lot of our people who start out in ESL, because I understand that we're in South Florida, English is not the official language down here, right? And that's amazing because even though they may not be ready for taking a culinary class, which is spoken and taught in English, they can take this class first and then be put into a culinary or a housekeeping or guest services where they will excel because their English has gotten a lot better. So this is a good starter. Then we have our 8-week culinary program. This one is the one closest to my heart. This pretty much teaches knife skill, food handling. They get their Serve Safe certification, completion certification, teaching them how to they could do pasta from hand, eggs in like a million different ways. They also get to take all the food home that they make, which they do love, right? And I love too because they feed me as well. And then our professional housekeeping program, we're actually trying to partner with Dunn's Josephine Hotel in Overtown as well, where we're going to have 2 hotel rooms that they actually get hands-on training. So it's super cool that they'll, learn how to do housekeeping in an actual hotel. versus just theory, right? That's the difference between, us and others. And coming soon, we have specialty culinary programs and guest services. Um, uh, a specialty culinary program can look like a sushi class, right? That might do 4 weeks or do 2 weeks, because if you know how to do sushi, that separates you from other people, right? That puts you at a higher pay. The global cuisine, that puts you in a different, realm versus compared to everybody else, so that you don't stay stagnant within your profession. You know how to have different skills and different certifications under your belt, no cost to you, and you can always join. It's open for this community, and it's a huge opportunity. Guest services as well will be coming soon, so we're also excited about that, knowing how to talk to people. These are some of our testimonies. I know it's a little bit too small, even I can't see it, but I could say that, like Marie, she pretty much said it was super intense and educational, but she left with a huge passion for cooking. But not only that, a lot more confident in her skill. Jose learned a lot about measurements. I think culturally we tend to shake until the ancestors tells us not to. But professional training will teach you, if it says 1 tablespoon, it's 1 tablespoon. Kayla, very young girl, very sweet, from the community, and she feels a lot more confident in her ability to actually be in school again. She got getting that from, and Patricia, she's actually said it helped her self-esteem a lot to be able to be a part of the class and build community in that class. So all those things are great. And when we talk about next steps, you can always refer back to me. I have my contact information. If you know somebody in your community, in your family, in your church, in your organization who wants to participate, they can always sign up through me. If you want to refer them strictly through like email, just send me their name, their email, and I will do everything else for you. All they have to do is come in, provide a valid ID. They do have to have their paperwork. A work permit is fine, and we'll take them, and it has to be 18 and older. So, reach out to me, submit their names. I also have a QR code with the form that they can fill out, and I will reach out to them. They'll do an interview, and the interview is just talking about their passion, if they can stand up for a certain amount of time, if they're familiar in the kitchen, what is their work experience, and we'll dive into that, and then, we'll let them know if they've been accepted into the program, and once they're accepted, they're good to go. The only thing they need to bring is their passion, their stomach, and their willingness to learn. Yes. I wish. No, I'm serious. I wish. I wish there was a stipend. We do this cohort is actually the first cohort we're able to provide non-slip shoes. So we're able to do that this cohort, which is something I'm happy in. Small steps, right? But we would love to do a stipend. Our community is asking for bus passes as well. So that's something that I'm actively working on and praying, that it works out. So, no, there isn't a stipend, but we do cover tuition, the kitchen, the ingredients, all that stuff. And it's an industrial kitchen. It's super impressive. Any other questions? No? Yes. Okay, so I haven't memorized my work number yet. So it's 754-273-6763. Again, 754-273-6763. My name is Maylin. I'm a community outreach coordinator. It's been great. Thanks, y'all. 73-6763. Yes. MEI, I put it right here on the board. MEI-LING. I'm Jamaican Chinese for everyone who's a little bit confused. Yeah. Any questions from the board? Thank you so much for the invite. I appreciate it.
Madam Director, I have a question for you. Is there any way we can arrange with our videographer to allow Mei-Ling, Mr. Bay, and Sean to do something brief, a video on these opportunities, and then post that onto the website?
projects,
No,
especially
Gavin
those types
do
of
those
projects.
recordings, probably today, like on his phone, and then we can promote it utilizing our social media. We do have shorts that we put on YouTube videos as well. We have our text messaging, which seems to be really successful to getting messages out. So we'll be able to do those things.
Remember you said you weren't going to send them any.
We're not reporting ones. Are you telling him something?
I don't get them either.
Yeah.
I'm so happy. Thank you for making that conversation.
So it's a whole society of people getting text messages out here.
Thank you for that presentation. We'll move into legislative items. So the approval of the minutes from our December 23rd meeting.
Move it.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
An absent waiver?
I'll move it.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
And then we have,
May I just state it for our board member Rudy Meme, who's not in attendance?
yes.
Yes.
Okay. Just for the
Do we have
record.
to do it again or no?
No, it's okay. I just want to reflect that that's who it was for.
It was the only person that's missing.
Correct.
Okay.
The recording.
I know.
Okay, then we have resolution 2026-001, funding request, Sons of Little Haiti.
Yes, so this is a proposal that we received through our funding policy, in which this is an organization that provides financial literacy programs geared towards the youth. This program is held here at the Little Haiti Cultural Center. They provide 4-week sessions that are conducted year-round. In addition, they also do a summit during Haitian Heritage Month that, in addition to financial literacy, also touches on college preparedness, saving for a car or a future, in addition to their curriculum that also focuses on investing as well. They did provide us with their student roster for the 2025 school year. And so their request is in part to fund both their year-round program for 2026 and in addition the one-day summit that is held during Haitian Heritage Month. The budget for both of those two items is a total of $50,000, and they are requesting the 25%, which is allowed through our funding policy, for a total of the $12,700. We do have a representative from the organization Sons of Little Haiti that is here as well, if the board has any questions in regards to the request.
Joanna, based on the funding that we do through the chairs funding for the Haitian Heritage Month, is that not something they could apply for at that time? Or is this something different that they're requesting?
So for the 2025 Haitian Heritage Month, the summit did apply and receive funding for the one-day event through the Haitian Heritage Month.
Okay.
For 2026, the applications aren't out,
Of course.
as of yet, so we don't know exactly what the dollar amount. Off my memory, I believe that they did receive $4,500 out of the $7,500 that went towards the summit for 2025.
Thank you.
Yeah, I do have a couple questions about the program. Is the representative here?
Yeah, Ragiston, we can have him come and he can answer any questions for the board.
I did have a couple of questions about the proposal under the project description, under the curriculum. It says that you're covering financial plans, savings accounts, and also community-based investment enterprises. I didn't see a sample of the lesson plan or any unit plan or anything like that. I was wondering if you were able to provide, you know, yeah, if you provide like a unit plan and then sample lessons and activities that they would actually be doing in the class.
I'm sorry, if I can just jump in, I do have one copy that he did provide us
Oh.
with, so I can pass it around while he's answering your question, so that you can see that as well.
Okay.
Thank you.
And also like if there's an assessment, you know, how do you know if what the kids learned from when they came in to the end?
What we do, we go through
To the mic.
pardon me. Good evening, Ragiston Paul, Sons of Little Haiti. There are assessments. We go through pre-assessments just to get a sense of what it is that they know. And then after the pre-assessment, we have ongoing assessments, and then we final off with a closing assessment. During the summer, one of the key portions of the program is a stock market experience, where they actually go through a stock market simulation. They get $100,000 a mock fund to actually invest in the real stock market. And at the end of the summer, we determine, based off of what they've gained, who are the actual winners. Now, just to kind of boast on ourselves, for the last program's been around for 5 years. The last 3 of those 5 years, we've actually placed within the top 5. 2 of those years, we've placed within the top 3.
Awesome.
Out of how many people? I mean, how many groups?
How many groups? Approximately about 25.
Okay.
25.
Because it'd be top 5 and it's 5. I just need to know what all the math.
So
Yeah.
No, as far as this is a national competition, so about 500 students nationally.
I had a couple other questions in the section on documentation and funding sources. I know it's 50,000, and you guys received 15,000 from the trust, another 3,000 through fundraising, which is a $20,000 gap. Is there projection of where that other 20K will come from?
We're still writing grants, but also that 3,000 is just from Give Miami. That's not our personal fundraising or the board's fundraising as well.
Okay. And then also it talks about the proven track record. I see some summary here. I guess it might be more detailed here,
Yeah, there is.
but I was looking for dates that the program had, start to finish, attendance records and stuff like that, and the costs, like more detailed costs. So I guess a lot of that will be in this, because I have a more summarized version of your presentation.
Yeah, I don't have all the documentation. The summary is the actual details are in that I provided previously, but I don't have them with me.
Okay.
So I wouldn't expect them to speak to the attendance.
Okay. All right. Those are just some. I'll just continue looking at it, but those are the questions that I have.
Well, I can give you, as far as last year, our average attendance, our total attendance for last year was about 100 some odd students. Because we go through rotation, so in totality it was about 100 some odd students from the central data.
Mm-hmm. And you guys have been hosting it here at the Little Haiti Cultural Center or at different sites throughout Dade County?
Prior to getting to the Little Haiti Cultural Center, we were holding it online.
Okay.
Everything was done online, and there was a request from the participants to want to have some place that they could actually congregate and meet and get a chance to meet each other. The only time they had a chance to meet each other last year was through the summer.
Thank you.
So the summit is what takes place at the Cultural Arts Center or the actual classes?
Both.
Okay. And what's because I see it's a 4-week program? How many weeks?
Actually, it ranges from 6 to 8 weeks, rotating throughout the year.
So there's multiple cohorts?
Correct. Correct.
And what's the age range for the participant to be?
Middle school to high school.
Middle school.
Well, actually, it started off as middle school to high school, but a lot of the parents of the students saw the value, so they started to actually tag along.
Okay. But it's geared to middle and high school, but if parents want to attend, they can.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
So those are the, if you don't mind, those are the agendas, so you can get a sense of exactly what it is that we went through the various sessions, so to speak to all the topics that we discussed. Yes.
Thank you. Some of the other projects that we funded, we've asked the people who received the fund to come back and give us an update and to share their data with us, quarterly or, biannually basis. I'm asking him,
some of the other programs that we funded, we've asked them to come back and give us an update and provide data and, different benchmarks that they've, accomplished. And I was wondering, if we go ahead and vote today and, you do receive the funds from us, would you be willing to provide updates and come back and share, the different successes of your program and keep in touch with us? And that way, we have a connection and, we can, keep an ear to the ground on what's going on. So to speak.
Definitely, that's not an issue at all.
Let me just do a follow-up. Tom, is that not in every contract, grant, whatever we provide? I think that's in every.
Yeah, that's usually
That's standard.
in
Yeah.
every grant, in every grant agreement that we issue, we usually have, I think it's quarterly, right?
Yes.
Yeah, quarterly reports. But we can make this.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that we've been doing that.
We do ask for quarterly reports. What we're going to be doing now is coinciding quarterly payments with the reports. So prior, like for example, with Pierce, we did one disbursement, and now we're going to be timing the dollar amounts to those quarterly reports to ensure that those are received in a timely manner.
So when will the next cohort open up? What was your next step? This weekend? Oh, 17th, right?
Yeah, starts on the 17th.
And that is a 8-week or 4?
This is 8 weeks. Correct.
All right. And what is your goal based off? What is your attendance goal if you have?
For this cohort, the attendance goal is approximately 15.
15 students?
Correct.
And you would what would be a percentage that you feel would be a successful cohort as far as attendance rate goes?
Usually the students who start off are the students who continuously go through.
Mm-hmm.
So it's usually, if I start off with 15, the success for me would be 15 completely.
No further questions for me?
The only thing I would say is this: if we do approve this grant, which I'm not opposed to, can we also do something on the website whereby which he can advertise through our website for possible attendance if he hasn't already filled up all his classes?
Yes, so we can advertise on our social media platforms, our MailChimp, which is our email blast, and also like text message. We don't really advertise on our website, it's the city's website, but we can use all our other mechanisms in order to be able to share the information.
I just want people to see that we're bringing information to them in the community that they can participate in. I think that becomes important.
Okay,
Yeah.
will do.
Just for clarity's sake, 15 is not the goal. So I would take as many as they come through, but 15 is not the goal. 15 is just my target for this cohort.
Oh, the video guy will be here before you leave this evening to get all this down. Anybody who wants to give that video presentation tonight, I think we can gather it and get it posted. So with that, I'll make the motion to approve the grant.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now the CEO report.
Yes, so I'm going to begin with some programming updates. We held our
Madam Director, before you go there, can you reach out to CLOTA and see if they'll be willing to participate in some of these things?
Well, I'll be happy to start off with a CLOTA update, because I do have it as part of my CEO report, since we do have as a way to track ongoing issues. We can reach out to CLOTA. Just to provide you with an update from the last meeting in which you passed the Venture Miami Scholarship Program. And so we did provide them with a template to use to do a corporate resolution to solidify their contribution of the $100,000 towards Miami Venture Scholarship Program. We're still waiting for that back. And we also had created an MOU and provided it to them, which is between the trust and COTA, to determine how items are brought to the trust
for review, and we're still waiting for a response for that as well. So that's the status on Clota. So is there a formal request to ask for funds to be added towards this financial literacy?
I was only joking because I knew what was coming up in your report, but I do think it would not be silly of any of you not to go to Clota and make a request, though, if you think there's some potential growth in your organizations. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to continue with our program updates. We did host our second Safe Sleep and Child Safety Roundtable on February 3rd. We had a guest speaker from Haitian Lawyers Association to kind of...
John, it was January 7th.
Oh my God.
Meeting.
February 3rd is another day. Sorry, is our next meeting. February 3rd is the date that TPS ends for here. So we had a meeting on January 7th. In which we had a presentation from Cassandra of the Haitian Lawyers to kind of discuss in reference to the TPS and how it's affecting families here in our neighborhood. We also had someone from Citrus who also talked about the effects of the families and what families can do as far as protection as well. Rosaline, I didn't know if you had any comments in regards to that meeting.
No, definitely. I think it was a great meeting, just having all of the presenters provide information and how they're going to try to get that information out to the community. I think what we learned from that meeting is there are a lot of myths that are occurring and a lot of things that are not really vetted. And so having those subject matter experts in that meeting to provide clarification, to provide information to the community so that way there's a better understanding, whether it's from a legal standpoint, a child welfare standpoint, a guardianship standpoint. It was just a very holistic meeting and a great meeting of the minds.
Thank you.
Yes, go ahead. Just let her keep the mic on it.
And again, we want to thank you for, I think, the first meeting of its kind, where you had the intersection of the impact of immigration and a clear focus on children. So we really, really want to thank you for, and you owe me another one.
And so that was incredible. The information that was provided was extremely powerful. And again, what was really important is that it focused on the welfare of, children, U.S.-born children, American children who will be severely impacted by these policies. So thank you. Okay. I was just going to say, I want to thank Tracy and Joanne for bringing these monthly roundtables together, just bringing it. It's not at a board meeting. It's really those subject matter experts that are coming together, trying to really look to see how we can resolve issues that are impacting our community. So I know we've been doing it for, I think, since October or before then. So just having those different topics so that way we can spread the information out to our residents and our constituents pretty much that really need that information. So really Tracy and Joanne just bringing that to light in a very quick manner. We thank you for that.
Thank you. Next, I'm just going to touch on the scholarships. We just did 2 presentations. We're still waiting for our third person to attend. But I wanted to show you that we've received a total of 12 applications so far. We also have received additional applications this week as this was completed earlier. So we feel like we're finally getting traction on these scholarship applications. And hopefully we'll be providing more scholarships at the upcoming meetings. As far as the Venture Miami Scholarship, the first 3 recipients have already been identified, even though we still don't have a grant agreement that Tom is still working on. But through the Creative Hub that provides AI programs, we had done the information session with Keith and the Department of Economic Opportunity. And so their school is supposed to begin classes next week. So we've already identified and verified 3 individuals who will be participating in those AI programs, and that will also be funded through the Venture Miami Scholarship Program. So that's already rolling out as well. I already provided the update on Clota. This is our list for the small business grant applications that we have. We have a couple that are under review, asking for additional information, so hopefully we'll be able to maybe bring somebody during the next month. I wanted to provide an update as far as the Miami Homes for All program, in which we're providing the technical assistance to the emerging developers. The Trust and Miami Homes for All will be hosting an information session on January 27th for the community. So we'll be inviting property owners to come out and learn more about the technical assistance program. So that'll be here at the Cultural Center on January 27th at 6 p.m. Next, we have an update in regards to our new website that we've been working with the city on. They provided us with the initial iteration of the website. We've provided them back with some notes, and we're looking to be meeting with them on a consistent basis. But I'm happy that we actually have a template of something that we can look at, and we're trying to now import all of the information that we have on the city site into our own site, which will is a complete different template. So hopefully within the next 2 or 3 months, we will have our official new website. They are also working creatively to provide us with a real logo as well. So we're working with the city and the design in order to be able to complete that. So that should be done. Next, then we have our financial report, which shows our year-to-date expenses and our current year month-to-date expenses. I'm not sure if any of the board members has any questions. No? Okay. And then lastly, I just want to say happy birthday to our chair, or belated birthday. Her birthday was last week on January 5th. Happy birthday, Chair.
My 20th anniversary of my 21st birthday. I'm going to use it. But I also want to reiterate, it is going to be Joanne's birthday on Thursday, January 15th. So happy birthday to our CEO as well. All day, every day. We start and end the year. Thank you, everyone. I think we have our award presentation. No, the check? No, the student? No. Happy birthday, Joanne. We're gonna sing for Joanne too? No, we're good. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Joanne. Happy birthday to you.
That's about the budget.
No, it's not in the budget.
I don't believe Rochelle has come. No, that's our last scholarship recipient. So we'll ask her to come at the next board meeting. Okay.
Okay, meeting adjourned.
Y'all got the same place?
Yes, okay, so when, let me, wait, Friday you want?